Welcome back to KOAN Hot Talk 1080 AM, 95.1 FM, The Joe Miller Show. If you have any thoughts, call us at 569-1080. If you're listening nationally, 907-569-1080. We still have Daniel Horowitz online with us, editor of Conservative Review. Daniel, if somebody wants to visit your site, how do they get there?
ConservativeReview.com. Very simple. Everything is absolutely free. You could sign up for our email updates. You get the inside scoop of everything that's going on in Washington. Plus, you can see our scorecard, our ratings of different senators and congressmen, and what they're doing to help or harm the conservative cause. So it's really a comprehensive website about everything going on inside of conservative politics.
So you've got a bunch of folk on the ground that are giving you the inside scoop. I was just amazed at what we heard today as far as the real story behind the scenes with respect to the speaker. How do you get that information?
Sure. Obviously, all of us at Conservative Review have worked in this field for a while. We've been burned by it. We're sick of the two-party oligarchy, and we really want people to understand what is going on. And I think people intuitively get it, that both parties are working to screw us, but obviously most Americans have normal jobs and don't have 3 hours or 5 hours a day to follow this stuff. So we kind of lay it out on the key issues every day on a weekly basis, and then, again, sign up for free. It's something that's easy for people to follow.
Well, we really appreciate what you're doing with it. Again, Restoring Liberty, we'll excerpt from time to time your articles from there. Great insights. We here in Alaska, of course, we have two senators, Dan Sullivan, Lisa Murkowski. One of the articles that I recently read on the Conservative Review was entitled, When Chairman Means Nothing, and there was a picture of our senior senator, Lisa Murkowski, holding a chair. And you didn't include the audio clip, but I think it went something like this.
I'm the chairman!
So she seemed pretty excited about her elevation to the chairmanship. Why did you write the article that you wrote? Do you think it really means little to nothing for Alaska?
Because it's not just about Alaska. That the exclamation of excitement from the mouth of Lisa Murkowski is the embodiment of what is wrong with politics in both parties. To them, it's power as an end to itself. Why is Senator Murkowski so excited to be chairman of the Energy Committee? Why is she so excited? Does she want to implement certain policies? Well, I think she'll say that publicly, but here's the deal. What is the most important thing if you're the Energy Committee chairman at this point? It's fighting Obama's overreach with the EPA and his climate change rules that are absolutely stifling the energy sector, stifling productivity, shutting down power plants, obviously raising the cost of electricity. So what is the purpose of becoming chairman if you're not going to stop that? So lo and behold, we reported that earlier this week, or really last week, Lisa Murkowski made it clear she will not use the power of the purse. In other words, when they set up the annual funding bills for the relevant energy oversight agencies, she will not stick in provisions reining in Obama's climate change regulations, which, by the way, never passed Congress, much like his immigration amnesty overreach. And he's doing this in every area of policy. So if she cares about Alaska's energy sector and she is so excited to be chairman, why would she do that? She has made it clear she will avoid any budget fight at all costs. Well,
so
there you go.
What's your take on the excitement? Is it the position? Is it the bennies that she can award?
Yes, it is the position and the power as an end to itself. They get more money. They get more respect from K Street and the lobbyists. And that's what it is. It's the status. Because if you really wanted to do something with it, then by golly, now is the time. When you have a president that is killing the energy industry, and in the last 2 years of his presidency, he has nothing to lose. I mean, he's gonna go all out with his global warming cap and trade regulations. What is she going to do to stop it? She does not support using the power of the purse. She doesn't support the idea of blocking Obama's cabinet appointments as leverage because she supports them all. So what exactly is the purpose? What is the point of being chairman if she is not going to stop Obama's war on energy? And I think that
go ahead.
The question is really rhetorical. It's power as an end to itself. She loves sitting in that chair.
Well, but there are also, I mean, as the chair of energy, there are things that she can direct to some of her constituents or some of her cronies, perhaps better described, that probably don't meet the eye. I'm sure that that's part of it as well. It's all about a quid pro quo for these, duopolists that are in power. And so I tend to agree with you. One of the things that happened after the 2010 election, she went into Washington, D.C. They had a celebration for her, and I don't know whether you saw this clip or not, but Frank Murkowski, former governor, former senator, her dad, ushered her into the room and made the statement, "Hell Caesar." I think he said it twice. And to me, I mean, of course, that's consistent with your view that this is just all about power and position. But there clearly is more than that. Certainly the things that she's done in Alaska with the See Alaska Lands Bill, which was, by some people's perspective, a quid pro quo in exchange for their help with her in the 2010 race. Of course, that started before then. And there's always the bennies that are out there. And when you've got a government that's spending trillions a year, doesn't care about the debt, being in a position where you can direct some of that money to those that help support you, that's a sweet spot to be in.
Exactly. And this is something Senator Ted Cruz once said, that he wishes we would have a Senate full of Mike Lees and Bernie Sanders. Now, Bernie Sanders is a socialist from Vermont, but you know he believes in what he believes. You know he really believes in it. And
yes,
that's the thing. So you take it face value. You know what people are espousing is something that truly lies in their heart, and you could then have a policy debate. But what's endemic of the entire political class, and obviously Lisa Murkowski is a very prominent member of that political class, and really the leadership in both parties, is that it's all about the politics, the perks, the bennies, the money as an end to itself. There is really no pattern to what they support. The only problem is that support for big government, the ideology of big government, overlaps with the benefits and perks of being a senator. So that's why it's a lot easier for Democrats to have their cake and eat it too, grow their power and pursue the Democrat ideology, whereas with Republicans, sadly, not sadly, but incidentally, the two work inversely. And that's why, Lisa Murkowski, like everyone else, she just pursues the power. And look, she has not just a failing grade on our scorecard, but a 24%. And she has shown that even on energy, she's not with us. No one can name one issue. There's some members that are kind of liberal on this, but gosh, on energy or on the life issue, they're out there being not just a vote, but a voice for the cause. What conservative cause could she say she's a voice for? She might say energy, but if she's not going to use the power of the purse, look, you could pass the standalone legislation all you want to enhance energy productivity, but if you don't rein in Obama's job-killing regulations with the power of the purse, it's worthless. He's implementing it without Congress.
Yeah, what good is that? Is there anybody below her rating of 24% on your scorecard on the Republican side of the aisle?
Just Susan Collins from Maine, I think, is just a tad lower, but otherwise she is absolutely at the bottom. I mean, she's pro-amnesty, she supports most of Obamacare, and she's obviously not pro-life. It is pretty bad. It's hard to see how she reflects Alaska's values.
Well, we just have a minute left. The Anwar decision made by Obama, it had to have been with an eye to knowing that Murkowski was not going to create problems for him on energy.
Exactly, and that's the point. And this is why Obama is so emboldened. A lot of people ask me, how is it that we could have a president who gets shellacked in a midterm election? He loses both houses of Congress under his watch, and instead of, like Bill Clinton, triangulating and moving to the center, he not only moves to the left, he moves into the lawlessness territory by making up his own laws. The point is, he knows there is no reprisal. He knows Republicans telegraphed the message from day one. They are scared of using the power of the purse.
Well, Daniel, I really
once you send that message,
it.
It's over with.
That's right, and that's the kudos to the coalition in the House. Great to have 30 or 40 that are standing up. Appreciate you informing our listeners, Daniel. It was just very informative today. Look forward to having you on the show again. Keep up the good work with Conservative Review. The Joe Miller Show will have more important and great guests tomorrow. Get back with us then.